What if you could build elite mental toughness in less time than it takes to scroll through your morning notifications? Think about how your day really starts. For most of us, it's a mad dash of reacting to emails, to notifications, to the world's chaos. We wake up and immediately plug our minds into a current of anxiety and distraction. We're literally training our brains to be reactive, not resilient. We're conditioning ourselves for the urgent, not the important. And you can feel it, right? That low-grade hum of being overwhelmed, that sense of being pulled in a dozen directions before you've even had your coffee. But what if there was a better way? What if the ancient Stoics, the absolute masters of mental strength, already figured out a mental armor, a routine so powerful it could fortify your mind against the chaos of modern life? And the best part? It only takes 10 minutes. This isn't about adding another chore to your list. It's about a short, powerful sequence that trains your brain for unshakable focus and calm under pressure. This is that simple, 3-step Stoic routine. Here's how you can start today. First up is a powerful Stoic exercise called premeditatio malorum, which translates to the premeditation of evils. Now, I know, it sounds super negative, but stick with me. It's one of the most effective tools for building proactive resilience instead of just reacting to stress. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoics, started his days this way. He'd write in his journal, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous and surly." He wasn't being a pessimist, he was being a realist. He was getting himself ready. The philosopher Seneca said it best, "What is quite unlooked for is more crushing in its effect. The punch that hurts most is the one you never see coming." This exercise is about seeing it coming. So here's step 1 of your 10-minute routine. For the first 3 minutes of your day, just sit quietly and visualize the challenges ahead. And don't just think about them, really see them. See that frustrating email that's probably waiting for you. Picture the awkward conversation you need to have with a colleague. Imagine the project deadline that's making your shoulders tense up. See the traffic jam on your commute. This isn't about wallowing in anxiety. It's mental rehearsal. By picturing these things in advance, you strip them of their power to surprise you. You've already met them in your mind. This lets you prepare a calm, rational response instead of having a knee-jerk emotional reaction. When that difficult person shows up, you're not shocked. When the obstacle appears, you're not discouraged. You expected it. As Seneca said, the person who has anticipated trouble takes away its power when it arrives. This simple practice transforms anxiety into preparation. You're no longer a victim of your day, you're a strategist. You're training your mind to stay steady when the world isn't. This isn't pessimism, it's practical optimism. You hope for the best, but you're fully prepared for the rest. This is how you start building that inner fortress. Okay, once you've prepped for the day's challenges, it's time for a profound shift in perspective known as the view from above. For the next 4 minutes, we're going to zoom out. Way out. This is an exercise designed to shrink the emotional weight of your problems. Marcus Aurelius did this all the time. He told himself to look upon earthly things below as if from some vantage point above them. He'd think about the sheer vastness of time and space to remind himself of his own small, temporary place in it all. This practice is a total game changer for putting your anxieties in context. Here's how to do it. For 4 minutes, close your eyes and imagine you're floating up, looking down. First, see yourself in the room. Then, see the building you're in. Float higher, and see your entire neighborhood, your city, the landscape stretching out below. Keep rising, watching your country become just a shape on the globe, a swirl of blue oceans and green land. See the earth, a beautiful, silent marble hanging in the blackness of space. From up here, where are your worries? Where is that annoying email? Where is that traffic jam? They've basically dissolved into the immense tapestry of human life. You see the numerous gatherings and ceremonies, many voyages in calm and storm, just as Aurelius did. You see generations of people living and dying, empires rising and falling to dust. From this cosmic perspective, the problems that felt so huge a few minutes ago are revealed for what they are, temporary and small. The emotional charge just fizzles out. This doesn't mean your problems aren't real, but it puts them in their proper place. It helps you cultivate a sense of calm and what the Stoics called magnanimity, or greatness of soul. Practicing the view from above trains your brain to stop blowing minor frustrations out of proportion. It's a powerful weapon against the ego, which loves to scream that your problems are the center of the universe. By regularly reminding yourself of the bigger picture, you develop a deep and lasting calm. You learn to face life's chaos not from the center of the storm, but from a peaceful orbit high above it. By the way, if you're finding this useful for taking back control of your mind, take a second to hit the like button. It's a small thing, but it lets me know we're on the right track and helps more people find this training. Now, let's get to the final, and maybe the most important, step in our 10-minute routine. The final 3 minutes of your morning routine are all about the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, the dichotomy of control. This single idea, made famous by the former slave-turned-philosopher Epictetus, is the key to unlocking insane personal power and ending a ton of needless suffering. Epictetus laid it out with beautiful simplicity. Some things are in our control and others not. In our control are our opinions, our choices, our desires, our judgments, basically, our own actions. Not in our control. Well, just about everything else: our body, other people, our reputation, our property. In other words, things external to our own mind. Think about it, most of our anxiety and frustration comes from mixing these two categories up. We burn so much energy trying to control things we simply can't, and we neglect the one area where we have total power, our own mind. So, for the last 3 minutes of this routine, let's make this practical. Grab a notebook. Write your most important task for the day at the top. Then, draw a line down the middle of the page. On one side, write, "Not in my control." On the other, "In my control." Under, "Not in my control," list all the external stuff. For example, whether your boss loves your presentation, whether the client says yes, whether you get credit for your work, whether traffic is good. These are all outcomes. They aren't up to you. Then, under, "In my control," list what you actually have power over. Your effort. The quality of your prep work. The attitude you choose to have. Your choice to stay focused. Your decision to act with integrity. How you respond to the outcome, no matter what it is. This simple exercise radically rewires your focus. It trains your brain to stop wasting fuel on the uncontrollable and to pour all that energy into what you can actually influence, your own thoughts and actions. Epictetus promised that if you master this, no one will ever compel you or restrain you. You will find fault with no one. You will do nothing against your will. You will have no enemies, and you will not be harmed. By doing this every morning, You're not just planning your day, you're training yourself to operate from a place of unshakable strength. Your self-worth gets tied to your character and your effort, not to external results. And that is the ultimate source of mental toughness. And that's it. A simple, profoundly effective, 10-minute routine to build an unshakable mind. 3 minutes for the premeditation of adversity, to turn anxiety into preparation. 4 minutes for the view from above, to shrink your problems and gain perspective. And 3 minutes for the dichotomy of control, to focus your energy only on what you can actually control. This isn't just a 10-minute habit, it's daily mental conditioning. It's taking your mind to the gym. Consistency is everything. At first, it might feel a little weird, but after a few weeks, you'll notice a real shift. The world's chaos will start to lose its grip on you. You'll become less reactive and more intentional. You'll find a quiet strength inside you that doesn't depend on anything outside of you. This is the promise of Stoicism, not as some dusty old philosophy, but as a practical guide for living. It's how you build the resilience to become unshakable in a world that is constantly trying to shake you. Your training starts now. If you're ready to commit to building your unshakable mind, drop a comment below and let me know which of these 3 steps you're going to try first. The premeditation, the view from above, or the dichotomy of control. And for more practical tips on building mental strength, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. The journey has just begun.